Hi and welcome to Mitsiland. Today we're just going to do an instructional video for you and we're just going to show you how to correctly test the glow circuit on a Mitsubishi. This one is a Shogun Sport with the 4D56T engine in it. You're going to need to know this on cold mornings when it won't start, and this is the first thing you need to test. So the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to remove the intercooler because the components we need to be testing are located behind there, so we're just going to remove that now. I'm just going to tell you just a couple of things on the circuit that you need to know about. So the circuit is primarily controlled by this 2-wire coolant sensor there. You've got your buzz rail there, and you've got your 1, 2, 3 and your 4 glow plugs there, and then you've also got your main control wire coming in from the relay there. And this is just showing you really where the control relay is located, which is just on the inner wing on the passenger side or on the near side. So what happens first thing in the morning is that this coolant switch there gets a 12 volt supply, and then it goes through that switch, and then it goes through to the control unit underneath the dash, and then when you put your ignition on, that sends 12 volts to that relay there, which will then allow the main 12 volts from here through to the buzz bar, which in turn will obviously heat up the glow plugs. What happens is when the engine is at operating temperature, that 12 volt supply is obviously still to that temperature switch, but inside the switch then it switches the contact off so the glow circuit doesn't work. Usually that's one of the first things that we do check, especially when we've not got 12 volts going to the actual relay itself. So what we've just done now is we've just put the ignition on, and now we've got 12 volts there, so that's fine. So that tells me that that coolant switch is working correctly. We're just going to test this relay just to make sure that this relay is working correctly. So Steve, if you could put the ignition on please. So we've got 12 volts in, we've also got 12 volts going out. We'll just keep that on there to make the timer just trip out in a second, and the timer's tripped out. So we now know that the coolant sensor's working. We now know the control unit's working, which is sending the 12 volts to there. We now know that it's getting 12 volts from the battery, and we also now know that that relay is working correctly. The next thing we're going to test is we're just going to test this rail here on the glow circuit, just to make sure that we're going to be getting 12 volts to the actual glow plugs. So Steve, if you could put the ignition on, and there we go. So we now know that the complete circuit is working correctly and as it should do, and in a second that should just trip out. And there you go. So we now know that the complete system's working. The next thing to test is the glow plugs themselves. The next thing that we need to do really is to test the glow plugs. We can take the buzz bar off, we can do resistance checks whilst the glow plugs are in situ. Of course, if it's got open circuit, that's potentially the one that's causing the problem, but the good old-fashioned way is to actually remove the glow plugs themselves and then bench test them. Hopefully that's shown you how you can quickly and easily diagnose the glow circuit on the Mitsubishi within less than 10 minutes. And hopefully you can be able to do that yourself. If not, by all means contact us here at Mitsiland. And thank you very much for watching the video, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.